Thank you so much for the kind words, Jasenia, and welcome again to everyone present tonight. And congratulations to all my fellow graduates. Around this time, 5 years ago, I walked into my apartment. At the time, it was in Boonton, New Jersey, for the first time in 3 months. I had just spent some time at perhaps one of the most iconic coastal destinations our fine state has to offer, the always lovely Atlantic City. And you may be thinking, how nice, a summer spent at the beach, hitting the slots, taking in the views and the sunshine. And I will be the first to say that that's exactly what I was envisioning for my stay there too. But the director of the drug and alcohol rehabilitation facility I had been admitted to had different plans. Talk about a buzzkill. So at this point, you might be wondering, what does this have to do with our graduation from the CBA or Rising Tide Capital or even entrepreneurship in general? But for me, it's all deeply intertwined. The painful and challenging period of my life is that painful and challenging experience of my life is what set my journey to entrepreneurship and ultimately why I'm here today. I learned hard that a traditional career path was not for me. I spent years working in corporate environments that, while offering a sense of financial stability, significantly worsened my mental health and subsequently my substance abuse issues. It wasn't until I had the privilege of going to rehab that I had enough mental space and clarity to decide it was time to make a change. It wasn't until then that I realized nobody was going to build for me the life that I wanted, and frankly, that I needed to thrive. I decided to leave corporate America, move from Boonton back to Jersey City, where I consider home, and pursue the possibility of working for myself. For the next 5 years, I struggled weekly to make ends meet. I lived paycheck to paycheck, frequently borrowed money, and worked 2 or 3 jobs to compensate for the cushy corporate path I had left behind. Thankfully, having been someone who grew up in a low-income family, this was a struggle that I was intimately familiar with. Once again, underpinning the use of my past struggles to fuel the fire of my success. This series of decisions opened my mind to the possibility and experimentation of creating an alternate work environment, one that was conducive to the way my and countless other people's brains function with ADHD. In the spring of 2020, I ran my first ADHD live co-working stream, a virtual space for people like me to come together and work together. Since then, the development of this space has allowed me to help hundreds of people who struggle with the same difficulties I've grappled with my entire life. This shared experience and interconnectedness is, in a way, what brought all of us fellow graduates here today as well. Well, not me going to rehab, obviously, but struggle, hardship, adversity, suffering, whatever you want to call it. The pain that has come from these experiences in our lives is often so deep that we spend our whole lives trying to heal from it. Please don't get me wrong. I don't believe that pain is a prerequisite for success. However, I do believe that it is a motivator, a molding tool. And for the individuals who choose to transform their pain into something, a facilitator for their healing and the pathway to opportunity. Because after all, what is entrepreneurship if not the capacity to find, create, and nurture opportunity in places where opportunity did not once exist? Each of us shapes our opportunities based on the circumstances of who we are. For those of us who have come from environments that lacked resources, whether they were financial, emotional, or social, we are built differently because of those things. We know what it's like to feel that opportunity is out of reach, so we don't take it for granted once we get it. And that's what Rising Tide Capital and the CBA has done for my fellow graduates and me. We've been provided with resources that we previously did not have access to, and given space and community to nurture our ideas and aid in the actionable steps towards reaching our unique business goals. And aside from the invaluable business knowledge that I gained throughout my time with CBA, I'd say that the most crucial resources provided to me by this organization was the community, a community of like-minded people. One of the most powerful moments I experienced throughout the past 12 weeks was After switching to a new class halfway through the course, due to a change in my work schedule, I was welcomed with open arms by a new group of entrepreneurs and CBA students. They made me feel supported and held as a newcomer in their class. They didn't miss a beat. A few weeks into the course, I learned of a new business competitor that sent me spiraling into a storm of self-doubt. My classmates were the people who grounded me, who got me back on my feet. They reminded me that I'm capable and worthy of success, and most importantly, that I should keep going. People who, a week prior, did not even know my name. As someone launching a business that hinges on accountability and community support, I can't think of anything more profound than having that same level of encouragement mirrored back to me by my fellow entrepreneurs. And so for my parting words, I hope to leave you with that same sentiment. Suppose you remember nothing else I said, which, considering my ADHD, I probably won't even remember anything that I've said. But in that case, I hope you recall this. You are capable. You are worthy of success. And everything that you've been through, everything you will go through as you continue down this path that we call life, is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to heal, and to help the people around you to do the same. So please keep going. Thank you.